You are Black in the Green Room with me, your host, Keith Underwood, and this is your spot for real talk about entertainment with entertainers, creatives, and showbiz professionals. My guest today is a creative and an actor who you know famously for projects like The Shy, Swarm, The Temptations, The Five Heartbeats, and so much more. Welcome to the room, actor Just Leon.
Hey, hey, how are you?
I'm doing good, man. How about you?
I'm good, good. A little busy right now, but that's part of the game.
Oh, what's happening in Leon world?
Oh, please, come on. Too much. I'm about to get on a plane to go receive an award for my acting
Nice.
um in Minneapolis, and then I'm coming back here to host a tennis event for Life Camp, which um which is a great organization. That's a fundraiser. And then, lots of press, and I have, a couple movies in the can. Um, and my band is performing, throughout the summer. So,
Yeah. How long has it been now for your professional career, man? Because you seem like you stay steady.
yeah, I know it seems like, I've stayed steady for all these years, but for me, the actor, who's in, I feel like, I've been, the dips, they've been valleys, and sometimes I haven't been working as much. Sometimes I've been concentrating on music and not even thinking about acting. It's just a lot of different things that go on, but in my eyes, I always feel like I'm underutilized.
Right. Well, how does it feel to kind of like deal with those kind of misconceptions when people, they're like, "Oh, that's Leon." He's busy, he's working all the time, and for you to be very real and say it's not always like that. How does that feel?
It's just real. That's just real
Yeah.
life. I've always dealt with life, as it is. I'm not swept up in the make believe of Hollywood or what people might believe. I'm always gonna, be real with myself and be real with others. So, yeah, that's fine. I never entered into this game,
Hmm.
you know, for fame or for people's perception or anything else. Back when I started, and for most of my peers around me, it was just about being good, being
Right.
good, and being unique, and those are the things that mattered. We all figured that fame, money, or anything that would come along with it,
Those
but it
were
wasn't.
bonuses.
Yeah, that wasn't our focus. It wasn't like I'm doing it for that. No, you're doing it to be good.
Right. What was the draw for you of entertainment?
Um, I guess I think that many times in life we are just sparked by something.
Hmm.
Something like enters into our consciousness, and you just think, "Hmm, wow, I take to that." It's just like the young kid you take out to the tennis court, and he meets a coach, and the coach is like, he's never played before. Really?
Right.
He's like a natural, and so and then sometimes you'll see something and it'll click in your head and go like this, wow, I feel like that's me. So
Hmm.
it happened to me in several different steps. Growing up in Mount Vernon in the Bronx in New York, I was sneaking to the Wakefield movie theater on White Plains Road, and I saw an Elvis Presley movie, and I was like, wow, okay. I mean, he's a good looking dude. He
Yeah.
sings, he's kissing all the fine girls. I'm
Right,
like,
right.
I can do that. Yeah, I can do that. you
Yeah.
know, and that was the
Yeah.
first. That was. I'm just telling you the truth. That's the first time it ever even entered into my mind. You know,
Yeah.
so because I never thought color, so I was just like, you know what, I could do
Yeah,
that.
and it's funny because I never even really thought about it, but you kind of have a little bit of Elvis in you, man. Yes.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Yes. What are your thoughts on talent versus education? Just raw talent or like actual training?
As far as what acting,
Acting, yes.
Well, I think the combination of both is usually the best.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you have raw talent and you have training to know what to do with that talent, then yeah, I mean, that's when you're going to see the best actor, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
But if the question you're asking me is what do I think about the natural who just goes out and acts opposed to someone who trains, is that what you're asking me?
Yes.
Mm. Well, it's hard to say because we're human beings and we're so varied, and there are people that can do remarkable things and there's no way to even explain it.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no one way to saying that, but I would venture to say that, in my belief, that trained actors, especially those who happen to be natural as well, um, are much more in control of the instrument and can give you a wide variety of performances because they know how to do that. They've
Mm-hmm.
worked, they've practiced it, they've put it out there, usually on stage. And so many times you'll see an actor, if the role is really right for him because of his personality and who he is, he could really shine in the right story. But can he play something else? Can he be different? You
Right.
know, I mean, if we just want to keep it here personal, you know, can that actor who's just a natural who can do anything, can he be a killer,
Mm.
ruthless killer and cliffhanger, and then be the leading man, gentleman in Cool Runnings? Can he do those two different things if neither one of them matches his personality?
Mm. Mm-hmm.
But
That's real skill.
well, that's where you work on things.
Yeah.
That's where you work on things. You go through many scenes in your own practice. You go through many sometimes many teachers and different plays and things that you do while you're training that allow you to have more control over exactly what you're doing.
Yeah.
And that's just my belief.
Yeah. What prepared you for your career in entertainment?
I don't think I was prepared, to be
Oh,
honest with
oh, talk to me
you.
about that. Now you piqued my curiosity. Talk to me about that.
Well, growing up as a city kid, New York, I'm not from Malibu or
Mm.
Beverly Hills, or, my dad or uncle or someone is a film director or agent or something. I don't know anything about the business of Hollywood. Nothing.
Right.
I go out there on a basketball scholarship, and someone discovers me on campus, and the next thing you know, I'm in the film business,
Wow.
and I'm studying. I've always studied. Whether it was here in New York at the American Academy of Dramatic Arts or HB Studios or Sal Romeo, God rest his soul. And yeah, I mean, I was always training on being on stage, but I didn't know anything about the business.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know anything about what I would have to go through to get roles and consistently get roles, or what it would be like to have a real career as
Mm-hmm.
opposed to someone who once did this. Most of the people that I know that I came up with once did this.
That's right.
They don't do it now.
Yeah. What
And
was the
so,
Oh no, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, 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 go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say, what was the biggest surprise for you once you started to get in?
The biggest surprise. Wow. Probably the politics, the inner workings, um, the amount, and, especially in my time, the amount of roles available to
Mm-hmm.
act
Absolutely.
and how that played a big part in how your career was going to go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess the biggest surprise for me was when I first started auditioning. I could see how ruthless it was. You go home, you go home, you stay, you stay. It was like anybody's feelings. That's for damn sure.
Right, 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 right.
And so it was interesting to when I started to realize that, it wasn't just about being good.
Hmm.
That
You
was
had to,
probably that's the one thing you always have to realize. And as your career goes on and ascends, and if you have a great deal of fans, like luckily I have,
hmm.
that's something that's constantly brought up all the time. You
Yeah,
know about how good you are, and how you should be doing this and you should be doing that. And it's like that, and you hear that, and but you realize that that sometimes has very little to do with it.
right, right, right. What did your background in sports teach you about playing the game of Hollywood?
Mm. Well, I mean, I don't know if it taught me anything about playing the game of Hollywood, but it definitely taught me, it made me much more comfortable in front of crowds
Mm,
and audiences,
hmm.
and not afraid to speak because I played in front of hundreds of people, you know,
Right.
um, both, thousands sometimes, and, both in high school, college, and some pro in Europe. So I was used to it. That's the one thing that, a transition wasn't hard for me.
Hmm.
Um, but Hollywood game is so different. And then there's the Hollywood game that you think you know, and then you discover there's a whole other Hollywood game
Right, right, right.
that most people aren't even privy to.
Yeah. So,
You
so,
know what I'm
so,
saying?
so what's that other Hollywood game that people aren't privy to?
Well, I think we're hearing about it right now. I think
Hmm.
it's all over the news.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. I mean, yeah. So I have to say that I credit my dad for my perseverance and being able to have confidence in myself
Mm,
because he told me something, and it's always stuck in my head. He said, "Son, you just do your best. If
mhm.
you feel like you're always doing your best, just trust, because the cream always rises to the top."
Always. That's right. That's right.
And I
Was
and, that's, and I always took that with me.
Yeah, that's good, man. So was musician Leon, was he always around or was he someone that you discovered later?
No, always around. Probably my love of music came from my dad, and I in college I wrote and performed a song for the Special Olympics.
Hmm.
Um, Music was always something that was a love of mine, uh, and I think that once I became popular as an actor, I got opportunities to be around really great musicians.
Hmm.
You know, they wanted me to host festivals and things like that, and out of that relationship, um, I was able to get into music and explore music, and at a really good level, like with great people.
Right.
So yeah, so it was a very fast learning curve, but it's great. I love it. It's one of the things that is you know kept me sane, I guess.
Right,
I was
right.
I was able to be insane. So even like even during when the strike happened,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, cool. I'm just gonna go tour with the band. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I'm just like, yeah, okay, good. All right,
Right. I got something else I got something else to do.
yeah, let me know when let me know when y'all figure this out.
Right, right, right. What's the soundtrack to your life right now, man?
The soundtrack to my life.
Yes.
Wow,
Yes.
it's the kind of music I play. Reggae soul music.
Hmm.
We play a blend between reggae and soul music.
And that's just soundtrack. So how does it having that, the love of acting, the love of music, your a lot of the roles that you've had, whether it be in the Temptations, Five Heartbeats, Little Richard, music has always been as at play. Has that been an intentional choice in your career?
No, no. People have asked me that often, and it's very funny. It's kind of found me.
Hmm.
To be honest with you, I don't know. Maybe I look like a singer, I guess.
Well, it is
I,
kind of
I guess
your
I guess
bag, right?
yeah, I guess I look like a singer. So
Right.
and now even if I didn't look like a singer, I look like a singer because of how many roles I play.
Right. You've kind of adopted it.
Mhm. But
Yeah.
yeah. But it's funny because those roles have been popular. Sometimes people will try to say, "Wow, how do you feel about being typecast?" I said, "Typecast?" I
Hmm.
said, I said 4 or 5 movies out of 44.
Right.
I don't think this being typecast. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? And I said, and if I were to be typecast, then yeah, I mean, I'm cool with that. I'd much rather be typecast as a singer than a cop or a doctor.
Right.
you know, I
Right.
mean,
Right.
I think that's a lot more grown and sexy.
Absolutely. So that would be a preference for you, but not a necessity.
Yeah, it's definitely more fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you love most about it? About those types of roles?
Well, it just depends too. It depends on whether it's a real person that we're
Hmm.
talking about. If I'm
Hmm.
portraying a real person, then the focus of what I'm doing is a little different than if I'm doing a fictional character, because those decisions with the fictional character are solely my own. Um, and I'm just bringing the writer's words to life and making a character out of it. But when I'm playing someone that actually walked and talked on this earth, well, then I have much more of a heavy load because I need to make sure I capture that person's essence.
Hmm.
That person has a family, that person has friends. He walked and talked on this earth, they know him. And I would always hope that if they see me play that person that they know, that um, they're good with the performance. Um, I can't be accurate because, most times, that's just not the way the script is all the time. But as far as, capturing who that person was, their greatness, their essence, who they were, sometimes their flaws, just making them real. That's
Yeah.
all.
Yeah. What do you do, Leon, when the script isn't the strongest? Where do you find the motivation to find your best work?
Oh wow, that's a difficult one because one, I don't want to do the movie. To be
Mm,
honest,
that's real talk.
yeah, one, I don't want to do the movie. Now, sometimes it depends. It could be a great story,
Hmm.
and they're going to allow you to work on the script with them to get it to where you want it to be, and that's different because I've had situations like that. But if you're telling me you just want me to act in this thing that I'm reading right now, in the state in which I think is not very good,
Hmm.
and I don't want to.
Yeah. What's been one of in that genre? What's been one of the most difficult characters for you?
Difficult characters. I mean, they used to all be difficult to me.
Why
Because
is that?
because I was always a bit of a method actor, so I would
Mm,
just like become the person. You
mm,
know, um, you know, I, that's really hard to say. It's
mhm.
really hard to say. You just when you I would just say when you talk about difficult roles, I would just have to go into the actual work process itself.
Mhm,
When I play, for example, Little Richard is very different from,
mhm.
and that also requires, like 7 weeks of rehearsal, you know, of dancing, singing, and trying to become this guy, the
Right.
archetype. So your concentration is so much different
Mm.
um, when you're playing someone that really walked in at this point, he was alive.
Right,
So
right, right,
you know what I'm
right.
saying?
You feel like someone's looking over your shoulder.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you have all of that, um, to deal with. So I guess me have a lean towards a role like that. Um, just because of the amount of work it would go into it, and the responsibility feel as though to,
Mhm.
to do right by that person.
Yeah. And with method acting, man, I mean, I've never been a student, but with method acting, I've heard that it can be very taxing mentally, spiritually, and physically. How do you refine Leon?
Well, that's not hard for me because um, I like Leon.
Hmm.
So as soon as it rolls over, I miss me. I just go in. I'm, I'm like, hey, baby, what's up? Good to
Right,
see
right,
you.
right.
You know what I'm saying? I miss you.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's just about re-embracing you, and it just comes very naturally for you.
Yeah. Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just trust me, no matter how much acting I've done, I've been me more than I've been any other character. So,
Hmm. Right, right, right. What's been your most favorite role that you've enjoyed the most? It just came naturally. It was an easy flow, and you had a good time on the project and the production.
wow. Um, I always, my patent answer for what's my favorite role is whatever one you like the most,
Mm.
because I don't watch my movies.
Right.
So they're made for you. They're made for people to watch. So, um, I have love for all of them for different reasons. You
Hmm.
know, I'd say that if I was probably the most comfortable and most enjoyable for me would be, to be in yacht, be in Jamaica doing cool runnings.
Right,
Of
right,
course.
right.
You
I
know,
kind I
so
kind of figured that might be the one
yeah,
you'd lean
yeah,
towards. Yeah.
yeah. So, I mean, but for the most part, I have love for all of them that that were good.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna say this. I think that most of them that you have been able to pull out a great performance, even if the production value might not have been what you've been used to. I'll say it that way.
Look, I always try.
Yeah.
Always try. I think the day that I'm on a set and I'm not really trying,
Hmm.
I need to hang it up.
Yeah.
And so, I'm always going to try to make sure that it's real and that it's the best it could be. And I would think all actors are that way because I think they should be.
Right. I would agree with you. Man,
Mhm.
tell me, talk to me a little bit about the music and what you're doing with the music right now.
Well, right now we're playing a lot of spot gigs. My band, Leon and the Peoples. Our last album was "Love Is a Beautiful Thing," and we opened up with a couple of top 20 songs on Billboard's Hot Singles. And yeah, just like we play a blend between reggae and soul music. Like to
Hmm.
consider ourselves like the Sly and the Family Stones of reggae.
Yeah, yeah. Just kind of a chill vibe, but still, you feel a little empowered.
Yeah, no, but we're very energetic. We put a
Yeah,
high powered
yeah,
show. And half my band is women, half my
yeah,
band is men. So yeah, we talk about all aspects of life and love, and we believe that music be something that you should enjoy. I mean, you're not coming to a Leon Peoples concert to to walk away with a lot of negativity or anything like that. Trust me.
yeah.
You know,
What's that dynamic? What does that mean to the feel of the group? Like you specified half men, half women. What does that mean to the dynamic of the group?
um, it's everything. It's about the world. It's about the world we live in. I like my band to represent the world we live in,
Hmm.
and so um, I want to have women up there that are showing their talent just as much as the men.
Absolutely.
I want to, a lot of the things that songs that I write, it's like that are about the relationships between men and women. And so better way than have all of us up there, doing our thing together.
Yeah. Why Leon and the Peoples?
Because I had started a band called The Peoples. And after a while, I realized I had to pull a David Ruffin on them. They call it Leon and the Peoples because we started getting a lot better shows. So that's how that happened.
Right. So it was just pure marketing on your part. It wasn't for any, you like you said, you started out as the Peoples and then it became Leon on the Peoples to make sure that you guys, stayed booked.
Well, it was different because we would try to get gigs and people would talk about the Peoples. Like, well, who like the Peoples? Who the hell are the Peoples? Said, well, they're like, well, Leon? Leon, the actor's like that. Oh yeah, it's like that. So it was like instead of having to do all that, it's like, Leon and the Peoples. And be like, oh, okay.
Which one, man? I know you get asked this all the time, but what's your preference? Music or acting? And why?
Both. I mean, they're two entirely different things. This one as a trained actor, my job is to bring a writer's, characters to life and make them real for you. When I'm on stage with my band, that's me. Mm-hmm. Those are the songs that I wrote, songs I want to sing, messages I want to give out to people. They're entirely different.
Yeah.
I love them both.
Yeah. What's coming up next for actor Leon?
Next for actor Leon, I have a movie called The Rhythm and the Blues that I completed about the great blues artist Eddie Taylor from Chicago. So that just had a screening at Lincoln Center here in New York.
How was it received?
Very well.
Good.
And so, but it was just, it's not finished. So they showed a version of it. And so now that will be finished. And I don't know when exactly that's going to come out. I just finished a movie in London, a Christmas movie. That I would love to give you the title, but it hasn't been announced yet.
Right.
But I played it in, and it's a very, very charming story.
Okay.
Shot completely in London.
Love story. What is it? Holiday, romance, fantasy?
No, it's more about the story of a dad. Nice. A father. No, more of a story of a father becoming a dad.
I like that.
Yeah. No, it's a very charming story.
Right. So we got that. What else we got on deck for actor Leon?
I'm going to go to work pretty soon on the film, but like I say, it's too early to talk about it. And just more gigs in my band. Yeah. And then also producing some projects that I have with my production company, Motion Mob Films. So, yeah. Other than that, a little tennis.
Yeah.
And I'm good.
Yeah. What if you could play any other character that's, a living person or that was a person in life, a historical figure, who would it be that you have not played yet?
I don't know. There's a few of them. A few of them would be interesting. I'll say off the top of my head, Sly Stone.
Okay. I can dig it. So I can see that, man. Where can everybody find you on social media, Leon?
Oh, you can find me on Instagram at 3Ws JUSTLEON. So that's www just Leon.
All right. Instagram. And where can everybody find your music?
You can find music at leonandthepeoples.net. leonandthepeoples.net. And you can find music anywhere you buy music. Leon and the Peoples.
All right, Leon and the Peoples. Thank you so much for your time, man. This has been an absolute pleasure. I appreciate it.
Hey, no problem. It's my pleasure as well.
For more information on upcoming guests and shows, please check us out on Instagram at Black in the Green Room. You can also follow me on IG at Mr. Keith L. Underwood and FB at just Keith L. Underwood. Until next time, this has been Black in the Green Room.